नहीं, मुझे
जतिन,
बस ये
प्रियंका,
है
कोई?
आदित्य कि मैंने ना
हम्म।
जितने भी अभी कॉल्स देखे हैं ना, एक तो 4 से 5 साल एक्सपीरियंस पे आते हैं, ऊपर से अज्योर डेटा फैक्ट्री जो मैं आपको कह रही थी ना कि
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
वो एकदम से बहुत दिखाई दे रहा है जेडीज में।
हाँ, अज्योर और डेटाब्रिक्स, ये दो चीजें ज्यादा डिमांड में अभी। जैसे अभी हम जो पढ़ेंगे वो डेटाब्रिक्स ऑन एडब्ल्यूएस क्लाउड पढ़ेंगे, तो इट इज वेरी सिमिलर टू डेटाब्रिक्स ऑन एज्योर क्लाउड। सो क्लाउड चेंज होगा, इट डजंट मीन कि उसका फंक्शनलिटी चेंज हो जाएंगी। क्लाउड इज जस्ट अ स्पेस, स्टोरेज स्पेस एंड वर्कफ्लो एग्जीक्यूशंस और सर्वर वगैरह ये जो प्रोवाइड होते थे पहले ऑन
हम्म।
प्रमाइस में होते थे, बट अब क्लाउड पे हो रहा है। तो हमको सिर्फ थोड़ी बहुत की टर्मिनोलॉजीज उसकी कवर करनी है।
ओके ओके।
और आप जो बात कर रहे हो एज्योर डाटा फैक्ट्री की, प्रियंका,
हाँ
तो
हाँ
जब हम इंटरव्यू प्रिपेयर कराएंगे तो
हाँ
मैं,
हाँ।
क्योंकि अभी प्रॉपर एज्योर डाटा फैक्ट्री पे ही काम करता हूँ लास्ट 1.5 ईयर से, तो मैं
ओके।
वो एक दो क्लास में आपका पूरा एज्योर, बिकॉज एज्योर डाटा फैक्ट्री इज वेरी इजी। जो आप मेन
पूरे
काम
पूरा
कर
है,
रहे हो, जो
हाँ।
आदित्य सर पढ़ा रहे हैं, वो डाटा ब्रिक्स है। एज्योर डाटा फैक्ट्री इज जस्ट ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन की, मतलब अगर आपको ईटीएल बनाना है तो एज्योर डाटा फैक्ट्री जस्ट एक यूआई है कि जो आपको ईटीएल बनाने में हेल्प करेगा, तो इट्स वेरी इजी। तो वो मैं आपको 2 से 3 क्लास में ही वो आपका कवर करा दूंगा, तो उसमें कोई इशू नहीं आएगा।
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है श्रीकांत, ओके।
हाँ, ऑल्दो ये जो एज्योर डाटा फैक्ट्री का काम है, ये पहले बहुत पॉपुलर था, अभी भी लोग मांगते हैं, बट एक्चुअली अब जो ये डाटा फैक्ट्री है, ये इसमें इटसेल्फ ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन है। तो आपको ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन के लिए एक दूसरा, ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन का मतलब होता है कि जैसे मैं क्या क्या काम कर रहा हूँ, ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन का मतलब है कि कैसे मैंने डाटा को एक्सट्रैक्ट किया, फिर कैसे उसे ट्रांसफॉर्म किया, फिर कैसे उसे एक फाइनल फॉर्म में बनाया, जो कि डाटा साइंटिस्ट या फिर डाटा एनालिस्ट जो पावर बीआई डेवलपर है उसके लिए यूजफुल
हम्म।
होता है। तो इसको एक विजुअलाइजेशन फॉर्म में दिखाने को ही का ही जो काम है उसे ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन कहते हैं। तो एज्योर डाटा फैक्ट्री इज अ थर्ड पार्टी प्रोडक्ट, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एज्योर का है, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का प्रोडक्ट है ये। तो जो ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन के काम आता है, पहले ये ज्यादा पॉपुलर था, अब एक्चुअली डाटाब्रिक्स ये के अंदर ही ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन है कि वो अपने अंदर ही ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन कर लेता है, तो लोग कोशिश करते हैं कि एज्योर डाटा फैक्ट्री को कम यूज करें। लेकिन फिर भी अभी भी मतलब मार्केट दो भागों में डिवाइड है। आधे लोग चाहते हैं कि चलो ऑर्केस्ट्रेशन के लिए एडीएफ यूज कर लो, एज्योर डाटा फैक्ट्री, और डेवलपमेंट के लिए डाटाब्रिक्स। और आधे लोग कहते हैं कि जब डाटाबेस में सब कुछ है ही, तो क्यों हम
क्यों ही,
अलग से
हाँ।
प्रोडक्ट खरीदें, पैसा वेस्ट करें, हम
हम्म।
डाटाब्रिक्स में सब कुछ कर लें। बट आप
क्योंकि
जो एडीएफ की बात
डेटाब्रिक्स
करो तो
एक
हाँ।
ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है कि उस एक प्लेटफॉर्म में आपको सब कुछ मिल जाएगा जो भी डेटा इंजीनियरिंग, साइंटिस्ट और एनालिटिक्स के लिए यूज होता है। तो पहले
हम्म।
प्रॉब्लम क्या होती थी कि सबको अलग अलग टूल्स के लिए अलग अलग इधर उधर स्प्रेड आउट था पूरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। तो उसको
हम्म।
मेंटेनेंस भी बहुत हार्ड था। तो एवरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वांट कि मेंटेनेंस पूरा लो हो जाए इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का, सो दैट हम लोग डेवलपमेंट पे ज्यादा काम कर सके। अभी जैसे मैंने अभी, लेट्स लॉग इन इनटू दिस डेटाब्रिक्स पोर्टल।
एंड ये CI/CD पाइपलाइंस का तो मतलब जेडी में हमेशा रहता ही है। सीआई
वो
मतलब
सी आई सी डी
गिट।
पाइपलाइन तो रहेंगी, बट उसके लिए आपको बोलना है कि मैंने काम किया हूँ, डजंट मीन कि वो आपसे काम करवाएंगे ही। पर सी आई सी डी पाइपलाइंस क्या है एक्चुअली, अब ये सारा डिजाइन अपनी डेवऑप्स टीम हैज ऑलरेडी प्लान्ड, और पूरा सब कुछ ऑलरेडी रहता है, तो हमको सिर्फ अपने जीरास क्रिएट करके और ये करके डिप्लॉय करने रहते हैं। इज नॉट हाँ हाँ ही बोलना है, क्योंकि उसमें कुछ करना नहीं रहता एक्चुअली, क्योंकि वो डेवऑप्स टीम भी एक रहती है अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, सो दे यूज्ड टू टेक केयर ऑफ इट।
ओके ओके।
अभी ये जैसे जैसे दिसंबर स्टार्ट होगा, आई वाज जस्ट टेलिंग बिंदु, वेलकम टू द ग्रुप अगेन। सो आई वाज जस्ट टेलिंग कि एज सुन एज वी कम इनटू द दिसंबर मंथ, we will start focusing on the interview, because what I want during the month of January to March, because from January the new jobs will be coming into the market, and
हम्म।
everybody, like, you will find a lots of opportunity in January, between January to March. So what I want that every one of you get job opportunity in January to March. At least you guys give 5 to 6 interviews, and generally what I have observed that if you give like 4 to 5 interviews, you will crack one. So and for first timer, it's just a first job. As soon as you get your first job, the second, third, fourth, will come easily. So this is my target from January to March. Every one of you will get one job. So December month is gonna be very critical. We will like prepare you for all the detailed interview questions, top 50, top 100, and then like how the orchestration work, how the even that you are talking about Azure DevOps. So I'll give you a brief about what is Azure DevOps and how you can set up your basic pipeline. So these all things will be covered. So just pull your socks now and try to basically revise all the concept that Aditya sir is sharing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Bindu, what about you? Are you like practicing what Aditya sir is teaching, or is just you just watch the video and then just wait for next class?
Sometimes I practice, sir.
Okay, okay. All right, okay. So if you have any question, like keep ask more questions because now it's 14th of November already. I want in this 1.5 month you guys cover as much as possible, and then we will focus completely on the interviews. So from
Okay.
now onwards, try if you are giving like 3 hours in a week, try to give 4 or 5 hours in a week to practice hard and come with some questions. Okay, Bindu?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Jatin, you too.
And guys, I suggest you guys also to enroll this Databricks workspace. Make time for yourself for 2 weeks. Okay. So this trial will be for 2 weeks. So practice as much as we do here actually. Because for example, whatever we are covering today, that I will appreciate guys if you do it either tonight or like before next class so that at least you should have more questions in the situation. What could we do? What kind of transformations can we do? This kind of things you should ask so that it is we should understand you are getting more clear of it. So after this class, guys, I suggest you start enrolling today this Databricks free trial and start practicing as it is like after the class. I will share you the notes immediately after this class, and then you can spend time. Half an hour it will take most like half an hour to an hour before you sleep. Spend some time. Now I
Yeah,
think before you sleep, now give yourself some time to wake away, like stop from reels and Instagrams and Facebook for a while until you get a job. Yeah, get serious on this now.
correct,
दोनों
correct. And
बहुत
like
रूल्स
since it just give you 2 weeks, so you can use maybe 2 or 3 ID. You can create 2, 3 Gmail ID, and then you will get a 2 week plus 2 week plus 2 week around a
Yeah,
month
because
and a half, and you can utilize that platform for your practice.
पहले डेटाब्रिक्स शायद 30 days का था मैंने
it was 1 month initially, I know.
बहुत पहले शायद 1 1.5 साल पहले मैंने बनाया था इसमें अकाउंट बट पता
Hmm.
नहीं है 2 weeks हो गया एनीवेज
Okay, okay, Aditya, then you can
Okay.
start today's class.
Yeah, so guys, today we'll start with what data engineers actually do. So far, we have learned Python, Pandas library, how we can manipulate data through Pandas library. But to deal with the big data, now we need to work with Spark. Spark is an open source distributed like parallel processing execution engine which allows to process data in parallel way. I think we have covered this part, but I will just revise it again. How pandas process. All right. Consider this block is for pandas, and this is Okay. So for example, guys, here we have a Python code where we are actually inside it, where we are reading the files, where we are processing data inside this Python file package. So it will process the, for example, one file of around, consider it as a, we are processing 10 GB file. So for processing, it will only run on one single machine, or in cloud terms, terminology, we call machine as a instance. Okay. All the 10 GB file will get processed into one single system, which will take, just for an example, which will take around 20 minutes to process. And this situation was very difficult for a business to get outputs, like they'll do have to wait for very long. They wanted something to be more faster. So in that, so for that, Spark has came into picture. What it do, it process the data in a parallel way. So for example, this 10 GB file, we will create a cluster. This is Spark cluster. Spark cluster having, just consider having 5 nodes. 5 nodes means 5 machines. You remember, guys, while downloading a movie from internet, for example, files having 2-3 GB, it is taking too much time. While we download a song of a 5 MB song, it will take around 2-3 minutes. So it is just about the data size. So, because as we have higher data size, we need a faster processing engine. So Spark come up with what it do is, uh, can you recall, guys, what this architecture looks like? We have learned. Please be interactive, guys. Even if you don't know, just answer it wrong, also fine.
Master slave.
Sorry?
Master slave.
Correct. Master slave. In Spark term, we call it a name node, master, data node. Why we call it a data node? Because they actually do the work of processing the data. Okay. Machine one. Okay. Good. Slave one, slave two, slave three, slave four, slave five. So how it process, when we ask this notebook to process the data in Spark cluster, what it will do, it will split this 10 GB, 100 GB file into different file nodes. So it will give 20 GB to this to process. It will just distribute its work. And get the same work done in 2 minutes. Now you see the difference. Now you see which one you prefer, guys. If you want something to be delivered to you, do you want this one or this one? Faster one. So that's how organization came into picture with this one, this concept of data engineering. Let's hire a data engineer and let them develop the faster processing data pipelines, because the traditional way is very time consuming and the amount of data we need to process is quite higher than this expected. This is just a sample file, because in organization you may use this kind of data, this size of data. And in that time we have a bigger cluster, like these are just 5 nodes. We have 16 nodes, 32 nodes, 64 nodes. That level of cluster configurations we do have. And Spark process all the data in memory, RAM. You guys have clarity with this RAM and ROM? Do you have like, are you aware of this? What is the RAM and what is ROM? What is in memory? You know, you do you know your phone's configuration? Like every phone has a configuration of 8 GB RAM and 64 GB memory. Some phones now like 12 GB RAM, 256 GB memory. Any idea, guys? In memory means, guys, it just hold entire 100 GB to process within RAM. It will just store it only once processing is completed into ROM. ROM means our storage card, means a disk. Disk means the storage space which we have, which we buy in Google Cloud, which we have in our phone. You know, the storage is 256 GB or 160 or something, 132 GB RAM, 62 GB memory. So that is just a storage space. But memory, actually, the memory is its capability of processing data. Okay, so consider this. This cluster we have developed for to process 132 GB memory. So it can easily process this big data. Clear, guys? You see, the key features data engineering should know is distributed processing. Distributed processing, as we see, it has distributed its process work to process faster. Smart can process the vast data sets across the cluster of machines, enabling horizontal scalability of big data work. Horizontal scalability means, guys, expansion of these machines. Whenever it requires, it will upgrade machines. It will upgrade the clusters into one more machine. If in case someday we received a file of 200 GB or sorry, 140 GB. And in that case, if we want to process the same file within this cluster of 148, it might take 5 minutes now. Okay. Because now we are dealing with big size. So now for a 140 GB file, it may take 5 minutes. Okay. So, but what we can do here, if we want to achieve the processing this same 140 GB file into 2 minutes, what we can do here, we can expand our resources. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resources to process this file, 100 GB file. Now we have received a request of one to process a file of 140 GB. Same 5 people can do, but they need more work, more time to process. So consider they took 5 minutes. Now I don't have 5 minutes to wait for like results. So what I can do, I can add one more resource here and one. Let's add two more resources and split more 20 GB with them so that I won't have to wait for 5 minutes. I can get the same results within the same 22 minutes. Clear, guys? How expansion, horizontal expansion, auto scaling, resource expansion, guys? Clear? Guys? Hello, hello, mic testing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so Jatin, Priyanka, like this part clear? What actually is the difference between the traditional? This is the modern data processing workflow, which Spark will helps us to process. Bindu is on hold. Next is, okay, now we see all these things here. Now let's deep dive into Databricks. So Databricks workflow, okay. This is how the Databricks UI looks like, guys. I'll give you the link to enroll, how we can enroll. You can enroll with your Gmail ID. This workspace means where we are creating our Databricks workmeans notebooks. This will give a recent history, like recently what we have seen in catalog is the storage place where all the files and tables got stored. Jobs as not okay. This part we will see it later. Okay. First two important thing is, let's see our first notebook. How we can create a notebook? We can just click here, create a notebook, guys. Okay. Now you see, this is our, isn't it similar to our Jupyter notebook, guys? The cell by cell executions are here. This is from here. You remember we have talked about cluster here. This is cluster. Cluster is nothing but our execution like workflow unit, you can say, processing unit. So consider here we do compute. Okay, let's see. Compute means cluster space. Now you see the Databricks have give us a configured cluster. Okay. Now if we want to see, it provides us this one. I have connected a free cluster which Databricks used to offer. Look, you see, environment cluster connected. We see the configuration. Cluster size is 16 GB memory, guys. And I think version 4. It is auto scaling cluster. These are the important key terminologies of Spark, which may ask you in interview, like what is the key features of Spark? Spark is a distributed processing engine. How it process distributed? It process data in memory computation. In memory computing means it process data in memories, not in disk. And Spark supports multiple language, guys. It not only we can use Python here, we can use SQL, Scala, and R. But most of industries are preferring, and most of the data engineers use Python because it is object oriented, easy language to process, and it is easy for everyone to understand as well. Okay, so these are all the notebooks. These are all the is our development workspace. Workspace means development phase where we are just trying to develop our Python. Okay, one more thing is there which is important to understand, guys. Spark is a lazy evaluation framework. So how it processes, Spark has divided its operations into transformations and actions. This is the main fundamental, like Spark, how Spark can process the faster. Okay. It doesn't do anything until you call action, until you call your pipeline to act, until you ask your Spark code or notebook to act. Like how action commands means action commands are like this. Show means whatever the display command give results commands, operations are different. These are transformations like select, filter. I will explain you after this. An action means act where you need to act now. Okay. So as I told you, Databricks is a single cloud-based platform that brings together all the services tools for you need for data engineering, data scientists, and machine learning. Okay. Data is a one-point solution. Databricks, notebook, jobs, data lake, and all. Data lake is nothing but a storage place where we have stored the data and all. So the first thing, okay, in Databricks, the best part is we can in local we have to do this part Spark session. Spark session is nothing but guys, a entry point which actually allows us to interact with Spark, Apache Spark. Okay. Means, for example, if you want to drink a bottle, a water from a bottle, you have to first open the tap. That's the first thing. So it is just something like that. Create a session first between them. Okay, guys. So let's, this is the standard way to initiate a Spark context. Need to import a library from PySpark SQL import Spark session. This is the standard way to initiate the Spark session. But in Databricks, you don't have to do all this. But apart from Databricks, any other workflow, you'll have to do this is the primary steps which we need to do before we start interacting with Spark. Okay. So now we will start. Let's create a sample data frame. Spark is more dedicated framework only and only for processing data, guys. Okay. So don't think it about any other things like web development or something Java, nowhere it is. We just can only process the data with Spark. In anywhere you go, anyone ask how you can process the data faster in currently on Earth, we can process data only and only with Spark. That is the fastest way to process high value data. Okay. So here what I'm doing, guys, here I'm creating a sample data. Okay, consider this is a data where I am trying to create a data frame, that is, it means a table, just a temporary table kind of thing, like Excel we do. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll just do this first. I want to create a sample data where I want to create this, store some values for name, age, and city. Okay, and this is the column names, and this is the data looks like how name should go under this, age should go under this, city should go under this, and so on, so on, so on. Okay, that's how we have defined. But in industry, we don't do like this. It is just for practice purpose. Showing you like this. In industry, we just connect data directly from source, so we don't have to do this way. Later on, in class we will see that how we will read the data actually. So this is the run command. Okay, guys, this is the run command. I have just written this name, city, and all. The data looks like this. Let's run. It has run now. Next, now I want to see how it looks when I create a data frame. So to create a data frame, what we will do, df equals to spark session. Spark session means Spark. We need to start interacting with Apache Spark, the framework. So that's why we need to write this way. And one more thing you can see it here is, you see, this is automatically generated, guys. This is nothing but a capability of AIs. Now you see the developers no need to write the complete code because assistant is already integrated with Databricks. That is nowhere else in any other platform currently we have. That's why Databricks is the most demanding skill in data engineering these days. I'm just pressing tabs, tabs, tabs. You see, guys, I'm just click this way, and I think now everything is there. I just have to click on tab. Then now let's see how the data frame looks like. Now you see, guys, this is what our data frame is. Now, now we can manipulate data until we create data. Why we bring the data into this structure from this? Because we want to perform analytics or transformations or data manipulations. Because until we have a control on this data frame, we cannot do anything. Now we have control. How we have control? Because now we have this data frame, a variable called data frame df. And about this terms, you don't need to worry about, guys. You can create any variable name. Test. You see, it will give me same results. Now two data frames, we can see it here. Sorry, wait. See, the same variable, two data frames, it is showing the same records. So you don't have to worry about this variable name. This is a variable name, data frame variable name. We can keep it any name. You can give it any name. Okay. Now we have this data frame in our hands now. Now we can do anything we want with this. What we can do, let's start to transform it. The first step we can do here, let's select the data frames. But to select, like for example, if I want to just select name, it won't show any results. Why? because it has done it has done this operation internally only, means in memory. This is a transformations. It won't give any result. But if you want to see the results means how we can see is we can call actions. Now, if I do one thing, now this word name is storing all the names from the data frame. Okay, guys. And now we can do this way as well. Name dot show. It will show this way, and display. Show on display. These are the two commands to represent the results. Display name variable. What is it? Now you see it has more structured way, display command, than show command. Okay. So in practice, I suggest you guys to follow this one, display name. Now you see this is more structured way of representation. So what we have done, guys, this select is nothing but a transformations. Transformations is nothing but any action we and any operation we want to perform on our data frame. Okay. Choose column. To choose the column, we use select command. Select. Dot select, and inside this braces, this is nothing but a syntax, guys. It won't change. This is a fixed syntax. Standard way. Look, you see here what it has done. It has. Now you can, guys, tell me what we will expect results here. Anyone, guys? If I run this command, what we will see? Anyone? Priyanka, Jatin, Bindu? What this show will do? This was our data frame, original data frame. Now what I want to see only these two columns, name and city. Only these two columns. I don't want to see age. What I'll do is, you remember, guys, you have learned in SQL, you do select name from table name. Remember, guys, it is similar to this one. It is just a conversion of SQL code to Python code, where we are using select command. Okay,
So
it is just a select command. Sorry.
It will give only name and city columns, is it?
Yes. You see. Display. See here. Only name and city column, guys. Now we can do something else. For example, if I want to filter something, let's see how many cities are there? Okay, New York City, Angel City, something, something, something. Okay. Now let's do one thing. Let's extract, let's filter out the data of city New York only. I want to filter the data only for New York City. Okay, guys. What we can do that is filter df filter. Okay, city New York. So to filter the data, we use a filter command. dot filter. How to filter the data on condition. What condition we have given guys here, where I just want to extract the data for city, where only the data only for New York City. Now let's run this. Can you see? Alice and Charlie are the only two people stays in city New York out of all these 5 people. So this is nothing but about filter command. What? Let's do something else. And add one more filter in this. Now we can do one thing. We will extract the data of people stays in New York City, as well as their age should be more than 30. Okay. So now here what it will do is, you see here, there are only 2 people staying in New York City, out of which Alice is 25-year-olds and Charlie is 35-year-old. But now I want to apply filter on that, because I have one more condition is I want to filter data with age as well. So this is, you see how it fixes the code as well, guys. Now I will show you again. Attempting to fix means whatever the error coming into, right? It has started to attend, and this red lines means the previous code which was incorrect, and it has given me suggestion of use this command instead, it will work. Now we have to use the use of AI is every day in our development work, so it will helps us by itself to figure out the error and suggested how we can fix it. Now here what I need to do is accept and run. Accept and run means I will accept his suggestion, what he is saying, and let's run that. I have done. Now it will show you results. See? Clear, guys? There are multiple conditions we have applied here. You remember this key, guys? Double equal to means equal to, greater than. Now let's do one more thing. So far what transformations we have learned is, we have learned about select transformation. Next is filter transformation. Let's now learn more about add new column as well.
Aditya, so this is basically like cleaning, filtering,
Correct. Data
or
analysis part.
yeah, like,
Analysis, cleaning, and manipulating.
yeah,
Now you
in
see, guys, you see
Databricks.
one more thing. Yes, in Databricks. It's not only in Databricks. Even you write the same code in Jupyter Notebook,
हाँ
in
हाँ
any
हाँ हाँ
platform.
हाँ हाँ, वही मतलब क्योंकि I
हाँ,
remember doing these operations on one of the data set.
correct.
तो these are पांडा वाला है ना, मतलब लाइब्रेरी के, like
These
ये
are all what we are currently doing is in PySpark, in Spark, Apache Spark engine we are using to process this.
मतलब the code we are writing in Python only, right?
In Python only, but we are using Spark library here. Like Panda, we use some similar way. We have used PySpark library here. Same
Oh.
way, Pandas is a library and to interact Spark with Python, we have to import Spark library in Python. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
clear? So guys, whatever we are doing here, we will do the same code, same syntax would be there in any platform, whether you'll work on Google Cloud, Amazon Cloud, Azure Cloud, any platform, you'll have to use these codes. This code won't change. These are the standard fixed code. You will only thing will change is your platform of execution.
Platform. Hmm.
Correct. This workspace somewhere in organization, not all organizations on Databricks, so they might working on Hadoop. So even if you are working on Hadoop also environment, you will use the same code. This code pattern would be same, fixed.
हाँ हाँ.
This programming won't change, guys. Guys, if you have this kind of doubts, please ask so that I can clarify all of you. Because I believe not all of you are like worked on IT before, so that's why. This code formatting and whatever we are writing here is same. It will work same on Jupyter Notebook, Google Colab. Google Colab is also there, means it is a similar workflow of Google Cloud. It will
हाँ, I
looks
used
also
to work
similar to.
on
Yeah,
Google
yeah. It
Colab.
also looks like same Jupyter Notebook, right?
या बट मुझे पता नहीं क्यों कोलैब बहुत ही इजी लगता है एज कम्पेयर टू जुपिटर.
Hmm.
मतलब
It has
पर्सनल
advanced
प्रेफरेंस.
feature now with it.
आदित्य, मुझे ना मतलब ये देख के ना काफी मैं क्यूरियस हूँ. आई डोंट नो, वो मुझे अभी पूछना चाहिए. मतलब ऐसा कभी हुआ है कि बहुत ही गंदा डेटा आपको आया है और
Uh-huh.
मतलब क्लीनिंग करते करते मतलब ऐसा लग रहा था कि तो हालत खराब हो जाएगी.
It was initially like yeah, there was a situations when we used to, but nowadays, guys, it is so easy to deal like the problems we used to face before GPT things, AI things was very different than now. Now there is no. I'll show you the real example. You see, I want to write something. It is already writing for me. You can see it on screen, right? You
हाँ.
see, I just have to
हम्म.
click on tab. That's how AI. You see, next command is also it is showing me. Then now you
हाँ.
realize how Databricks magical.
That means this somewhere makes the code writing and process
As
easy
well.
and
Yes,
faster.
yes. Yeah. So
नहीं, जैसे सॉरी, जैसे इंटरव्यू का क्वेश्चंस पूछ लेता है ना, जैसे कभी कभार अभी मैंने कुछ इंटरव्यूज दिए थे. मतलब इस पे नहीं थे, बट जो जेनरिक क्वेश्चन रहता है कि वो सिनारियो बताओ जब आप बहुत गंदा फंसे थे या काफी ट्रबलसम डेटा था, है ना.
in that situations, always they will expect you to respond that you have dealt with JSON data. JSON
ओके.
data is the most complex data to process. Unstructured, flattened, nested data. That we will learn slowly. We will have
अच्छा.
examples of that as well because we
हम्म.
will cover all the data formats like Parquet, CSV, this JSON. These are the three primary data format everybody should have learned. So we will cover that as well.
ओके. ओके.
Okay. So now guys, what we will do here, we will create one new column in this existing data frame. Okay. What is how existing data frame look like? This is our original data frame, original data. Now what I do, I want to add one more column here is, okay. Okay, I will create a new column age in 20 years. So to add a new column in our data frame, I use with column only, with column function. Guys, wherever any syntax you'll see like this, right? Any syntax ends and starts with this curly brackets, it means it is a function. Something like this, it means function. It means they are saying they have defined a function. Now let's do created a function. I have created a new column which is called age in 20 years. Okay. So, and here what I have done is in that column, I have stored all the ages of people. I have added 20 to it. So means you see Elisa original age was 25, but now I have added 20 to it. So all these ages now I have added 20 to all of them. You see 30 to 50, 35, 55, 40, 60, 28, 48, all added by 20. Now we can also do one more thing instead of this column. Now I want to add one more column. Called as country. Okay. All this belongs to United States. So let's add a value. How we can add this value? Not with, wait, guys. How this function works is it takes two arguments. Okay. Input, output means first would be column name you want to add, and next values add. Okay. So now you see I have creating a new data frame which is sub which we will do. What it will do, it will add a new column in original data frame. Original data frame is what? Our df. Df is our original data frame. So df dot with column. So first value should be column name. So I am giving a column name as a country. This will always be in string, guys. Column name is always be in string. So I have mentioned in double quotes. Okay. And next would be the value. What value I want to give it to it. So what I want to do is I want to add United USA, because all people in our original data belongs to USA, because you see all the cities are from USA. Now yes, display. Mhm. Okay, I got it. Okay, list lit. Okay. Now you see how agentic AI assistant. Lit means constant throughout column. Throughout this column, I want USA to be there. Means fixed value to be in all the records. So that's why I use lit function. Now you see, guys, countries, all people are belongs to USA now. Is it clear, guys? Any doubt, any of like in any of the transformations? Now there is one more thing we can do. Now we want to aggregate our data. Okay, let's aggregate our data using group by. So now guys, what I'm doing here is, you see, I want to aggregate means count how many persons are there in each city. Okay. In our entire data, I want to see number of people in each country we have in our raw data, in original data. Okay. So what I have done here is I have used a group by function. It is asking me group by function. It's you see this syntax. It asks for a column which you want to perform this group by operation on. And my requirement is I want to group by people based on the cities. And then I want to count them. Means what it will do is, guys, it will group all the people based on the cities. Means whoever present in New York, lives in New York, will be gathered at one place, will be grouped into one record in one place. People living in LA will be grouped in New York, people will be grouped in LA, people grouped in Chicago, people will grouped in. And then I will perform an aggregate function. Aggregate function is a arithmetic functions which we do to aggregate, like to perform any mathematical operations, count, sum, average, and so on. So yeah, you see. Now these are transformations, guys. Whatever I'm doing, applying in a, these are all transformations. And I am just referring it as persons count. Okay. I have ran the notebook, guys, but it is not showing me any results. Do you think why? Because I have applied all the operations, all the transformations I need, but I want to see and as well. Why it is not showing? Because we haven't called any action. Action is just any display, show, or whatever, which will give you results. Group. Now, if I run it again, it will show me the results. You see now. Here, what I have done, we have summarized the data. Like people staying in New York are 2. People staying in LA are 2. People living in Chicago, 1. So this all transformations we do for data analytics purpose, analysis, guys. There are more actions we can call like data df.count. df.count, it will give how many records currently present in our data frame df. How many are there? 5. And if I only want to see the column names, df dot columns, it will give me all the columns. You see, all the columns. If I want to see the column and their data types, means either it is a numeric value or whether it is a numeric value or string value, we can get that with this. You see, the name column is a string column. Age column is a numeric column, long. Long means numeric. Apart from string, rest like no integer, long means length, and string again, city is a string. If I want to see the schema of this group DF, group DF means whatever the aggregations we have performed. It is a string where null true, and it is a long, means it is a numeric. There is one more command on describe. It will also give me the summary of our metadata. So these are all the actions we are calling. So any doubt, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we have done here, we can anyone would like to give me what we are doing? Tell me what we are doing in each cells here, guys. What is Spark session, guys? Why we need Spark session? Spark session is just an entry point to interact with Apache Spark framework. Means it is an entry point from where we can start working with it. But if you are working with the data breaks, you don't have to define this. You can straight away start your development. Development work means you can straight away start like this, creating a raw data. Means whatever the development we want to perform, create a data frame. This is a command we use to create a data frame, guys. Data frame is nothing but a data and column. Data means like it looks like our this is considered our raw data. Now the data would be similar, but the how it comes either with file or data sources like SQL DB or any RDBMS systems, we have to deal that data accordingly. Like not all every time we will get the data like this. It is more structure clear. Sometimes data missing, and sometimes this value is something like this. Have some it should have some special characters like this. That all we have to deal with then. So from here, if we receive data like this, we'll have to remove this and we just have to maintain the name as it is, only string value. These are all special characters, guys. We have to remove. This part will be covered under data cleaning process. Now this is very clean data. This way we have to clean the data actually. It is very clear and formatted data. You can see it, right? Very structured, clean. But in industry, we don't receive data like this very in clean format. So sometimes data is coming from some sources like it has this values and where we want to store this data under name. But these values are not belong to any name, right? So these are all uh, we need to clean while processing it into final table. Before processing into final table, we have to deal. removal special characters like this. So in that time we do data analysis. We do need to analyze the data. That's why we are trying to get control of data by storing it into a data frame. Once we get data, now we can see data is clean. But where if I can see if there are special character present, I can see that, and in next command, what I will do, I will deal with it. I will remove that special characters from it. Understood, guys? So this way created a data frame. Now we use a select command only to select the data frames. Select the column from the data frame. Here, if I want to select age, then it will name and age. So it will show name and age. Why we are learning this, guys? Because in industries we have to perform some analysis as well while we are reading the raw data, because we cannot ingest the raw data as it is into our destination tables. We have to clean it meanwhile while processing it. That's why you remember this term EEPL means extract, transform, and then load. That's what ETL actually means, guys. So we have to read the data means first what we do, we read the raw data. Extract means extract the raw data, then visualize it, and we, after visualization, do a transformation like cleaning, data handling, replace missing values, or do whatever the errors we have with the data, and then processing it in a structured way like this final table, and that and then store that final data, clean data, into our destination table. That's we refer to load. Okay, guys. So our ETL works into three stages: extraction, transformation, and loading. These are the three stages of our data engineering, guys. Main three stages. So here you see how we can select different columns, apply filter condition on different columns. Now you see the data we have. Now can we just do one thing? Let's try to extract the data for people having age more than 40. I just want to see people age more than 40. How many people are there? No, sorry, equal to or greater than, equal to and greater than 40 and above 40. So greater than equal to. Okay, only one guy is there who is David. Okay, in our data there is nobody. Now let's see if I want to see people age more than and equal to 32. How many people are there? Okay, two people are Charlie and David. Okay, guys. So this way we can do a filtration of the data as well. We can apply multiple filter as well within same like this way. Okay, if we want to apply multiple filters, guys, within this, now there is a difference which I can show you here. Here I didn't separated it. I just pass one condition within it. But when we have a multiple condition, you have to define separate conditions with and. You see here what we have done, and we have performed and. First check for this and then perform this. Show you what is the difference between and means this is pipe, guys. Here you see, in filter data, I have applied two filter conditions. Okay, first is data should be for New York City, or this is, you can call it as, or and means in this condition here, I am okay with any single condition should be true. Okay. So if I want to do this condition where either the record should be from New York City or the age should be greater than 30, I don't need both condition to be worked out, but at least I want either it is from New York or either it is from, yeah, either the age should be more than 30. Now you see here, I have the data frame has extracted three records where Alice is of 25 and also he's from New York. Charlie is 35. He's also from New York. David is also more over 30, but he is not from New York. But he is still there because one condition is true here. Now you see, if I apply same, but I will change this pipe to and. Now it will give me, you see, only one record. Can you see the difference, guys? Here we have same conditions we have performed, only thing we have changed is and. Means both conditions should be true. I want, means this data frame is filtering data where the records are from New York City, where the means customers or like customer name person from New York City, as well as they are more than 30-year-old. So we only have one person who stays in New York, which has age above 30. Now you see the difference, guys? So that's why I suggest after this class, you guys do a hands-on on whatever we are learning here now. Is this part clear, guys? Any doubt, any clarity with this you need? So this is about the filtration of multiple conditions. Add it. No, that. These are all important uh, transformations, guys. Important and main, very primary transformations which we actually use in day-to-day work. And next, what we have learned is with column, how we can add a new column in our existing data frame. We can use with column function of Spark. Okay. All these functions, transformation functions are of Spark, guys, which we have imported to interact in Python, which we have imported as a library. But in Databricks, we don't have to do any of this. It is all defined. Only the primary import query you can execute is this one first. Okay. So that at least this is the easiest way you can. because this query will import all the SQL functions. Instead, one by one, we will perform an import function. We will do all. The star will import all of the functions present in PySpark for SQL, okay, which we can use in Python to manipulate and interact with data. And this is our with column, like how we can create with column. Ask for two arguments. First one is column name. Next is value. There is one more function if you want to perform something. Okay, this is nothing but what we are using. We are creating a new column. Okay, now we can, if you want to rename the same, rename any of the column. Okay, I want to do. Okay, so this functions ask for two arguments. First argument is I want to do one thing. I want to rename this column name with first name, because these are all the first names only. Okay. So what I do, I have used with column renamed function. With column rename function asks for two arguments. First is with column you want to rename and with what you want to rename. So what I have done, I have asked him to rename the column name with first name and display now. Now you see, now our first column name has been now changed to first name. So these are all some basic transformations we do in our day-to-day work, guys. And this is nothing but a group by, like we have performed how whatever the people stays in city, means group by. I want to see number of people staying in each city. So that's where I use group by function to perform the aggregation on city column and count all the people, all number of records present in it. Okay, person count. It will give me the same results. I want to see number of names present in it. And if I want to see all the records, I want to use as this one. All the records means each row, guys, in the data. Each row means a single records. So now there are total 3 records. And person counts are 2 person present in New York, 2 person present in LA, 1 person present in Chicago in our existing data. And these are all quick actions. We have like df.count just to see how many records are there, total records in our data frame. And df.column means what are the column currently present in our data frame. This was the raw original data frame, guys. This is our new data frame. First name, age, city. Schema. Schema means metadata of the data frame. Metadata is nothing but the column name and the data types. Means what kind of data it is storing. So name column is storing string values. Age column is storing integer values like that and so on. Okay. Print schema describes also same thing, but mostly we use print schema to see print schema and columns. These are the two main functions we use to see the metadata of our table or data frames. Okay. And the best thing here, guys, if you could have created your own Databricks node workflow, I would have shared it directly from here. If you can have just pass your email ID, I could have shared it directly with you so that you can see it on your Databricks workspace. It has so many feature, and the Databricks has really did developers work so easy here. We don't have to move our like take our mouse out of any of the screen or like any of this URL. Everything we can find it here in just a single URL, guys. Everything is there. Compute, cluster, job, everything, each and everything. Here you see SQL editors, dashboards, Gemini, all query history, data ingestion jobs are there. Each and everything only in one single URL, guys. That's why people and organization are, especially this is the best and developer friendly workspace we have so far. So that's all for today, guys. So I suggest, guys, you all at least enroll for the Databricks free edition today and send me your email IDs on our WhatsApp chat, group chat. And I will send you the notes. Okay. So, guys, any doubt? I'll give you the link. I have added one hands-on practice code as well, guys. So you just give it a try on your Databricks workspace after you enroll. Okay. See you guys. Tomorrow same time.
Tomorrow. Maybe you can put in the group and then ask. Like,
Okay. Bindu, Jatin, any confirm availability for tomorrow? Shrikant, you can stop the recording. Jatin, you're saying something? We can't hear you.
Yes, sir.